Hello everyone, and welcome to the premiere episode of Nightcap here on my channel. Now this show is going to be a bit different from the other shows that I have so far, in that it's hopefully going to be sort of an end-of-the-week wrap-up news sort of show, where I'll be sitting here talking about the week, and playing a nice sort of laid-back casual game and drinking a nightcap. This particular episode, I'll be drinking a delicious port from San Sebastian Winery down from St. Augustine, Florida. Really good wine, really good place. Gotta love those guys. And as you can see, for the casual game, I am playing SimCity. And, I'm not entirely sure if it was the best of choices to go for the first episode of a casual sort of playthrough, considering that it took me multiple hours and through the last several days of attempting to even start the game. But here we are. I am playing it, and I, need the nightcap for this one. Now, like I said, the format for this show is going to be kind of casual. It's mainly going to be sort of rounding up the week in news, hopefully, as long as there is something interesting for me to talk about, which there usually is in the world of gaming. But for this inaugural episode, I also did want to give a bit of an initial roundup to this first week of the channel, which so far has been going quite well. I am very pleased with how things have gone so far. You know, it's been just the first week, but already I've got roughly just a little bit under 100 views per day. Which, hey, for the first week, is good. I like that. That makes me happy. And I have a few subscribers. I think as of this video, it's 8. Which, hey, isn't a lot, but again, first week. And I thank you to those who have subscribed. And to anyone out there who has been watching. If, you've enjoyed the videos, please do subscribe. I would appreciate it, and you will get, of course, informed of whenever I put out a new video, which hopefully interests you. For the game for this week, and also the starting bit of news, SimCity. I mean, come on, how can I talk about the big news of the week without looking at SimCity? As I said, it's taken me several days and multiple hours just to start my first city in this game, and quite honestly, it's been very annoying. But, I've finally gotten into the game, and I am enjoying it. But again, it has taken me several days and multiple attempts to actually get anything going on here. And that has, of course, been a big deal this week, as it should be. I was really hoping that the game industry would learn from the dismal Diablo 3 launch. But apparently, EA did not, and I am building this industry in an awful area if the wind is going to blow that way. Oh well, it's the starting area. I'll delete it eventually and build stuff somewhere else. But yes, I was hoping they'd learn from Diablo 3, but EA and Maxis apparently did not. And, well, that saddens me, honestly. I was really hoping for a smooth launch. I have been a big fan of the Sim games for a long time. I have been playing, SimCity since its initial release. Well, granted, I don't think I was actually old enough, and I believe 1989 was the first SimCity. But I did play it down the road when I could actually, use a computer. I've played basically every Sims game that they've ever made, even Sim Ant. I mean, come on, who remembers that game? It was wonderful. You should find it and play it if you can. And even nowadays, I've got Sim 3 on my computer, as well as several different SimCity games on here. I was really looking forward to it, and this initial week kind of hurt, honestly, for the brand, for me personally. And I hope it goes better for them in the future. And, well, apparently EA and Maxis are at least owning up to it, as the recent news, as of, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago at this point, that EA has said that on, I believe, the 18th, they'll be sending emails out to everyone who has purchased the game thus far, and they will be basically giving you a redemption code, I believe, is what they're planning on, for a free game from the EA catalog. Now, to me, that shows that, yep, they're owning up to it, but trying to win back favor through bribery, which most people will, of course, take and run with. For me, though, it's a bit cheap, and you obviously screwed up your game, and now you're just trying to buy people off. Though, I'll admit, I'll use the code when I get it to purchase myself a nice game. Well, not purchase, but get myself a nice game for free. But I also kind of wonder about the games that they will be offering. I just kind of think about how sincere this offer truly is, if they're wanting to mend fences or just bribe. So I'm just curious as to what sort of games will be on offer from this. I sincerely doubt it will be anything big. I do not believe they'll be offering Dead Space 3 for free, but who knows? I could be wrong. We will have to see. And hopefully, things seem to be going better for SimCity at the moment. I've at least been able to get on. Hopefully more people will too, and that this game keeps going. You know, like I said, I love the Sims series. So, on to the next bit of news. Another series that I absolutely adore is the Assassin's Creed series. And there has been a huge dump of information on the next game in the series, Black Flag. Now, it appears to be taking place before Assassin's Creed 3, during the golden age of piracy, which excites me. I really can't wait to play this, as I have been a huge fan of pirate-type games. I still go back and play Sid Meier's Pirates. There's the name. Kind of forgot it there for a moment. Yes, I still go back and play Sid Meier's Pirates from time to time, and adore those sorts of experiences. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it looks like they're going to be doing it right. I am of the opinion, as is, I believe, Total Biscuit said on one of his videos, that if they don't do it as an open world naval game, that they're going to be doing it wrong, and I completely agree with that. And from the information given, it appears like that is going to be what they plan on doing. They are going to have it so that you will sail around the Caribbean in your ship and harass other ships, be a privateer, and you will have basically islands that you can go and explore, and an ocean for you to sail, and of course steal booty, which it just sounds amazing, and I really hope that that goes how it will. They need more power, I gave you power. Is that not enough? Oh, Sims, always so demanding. But back to the game. And another interesting feature that I am intrigued to see what they do with it is apparently they're going to be taking the game to places it hasn't been before, and by that I mean underwater. From what they have said, there'll be a new sort of tool which is going to be a dive belt, which will actually allow you to explore underwater. And that's very interesting. Ooh, we get to name our city now. Let's... There we go. Oh, I need to capitalize the K. I hope that they do the underwater exploration right. I mean, it could be something very, very interesting, or it could be something very, very terrible. If all you can go underwater at is like in a bay or something like that, it'll be okay. But if you have actual full exploration of the underwater seas, that was a horrible, horrible phrase, but if you have full exploration of the seas underwater, that would be really cool. And of course, I have to say it, if I don't get to stab a shark with my wrist blade, you're doing it wrong. I really hope that's in there, because that would just be awesome. So I can't wait for this game. It's looking cool so far. And apparently how they're still going to be tying it with the modern age, which hasn't been my favorite thing, but did offer a little bit of extra flavor. And apparently in this one, of course, Desmond isn't there. He, isn't around anymore from the last game. Sorry, should have said spoiler alert for anyone, but come on, if you haven't played Assassin's Creed by now, it's your own fault. It's a wonderful game. Go and buy it. So this time around, you will be exploring these past memories, I guess, through a researcher who's researching the life of this pirate, who apparently, according to the press release, is a former British naval officer who was relieved of duty and is now a privateer assassin, is, I believe, how it's supposed to go. And that sounds wonderful. I really do hope it goes well and that it takes off. I am, like I said, a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series, and I want to see it do well. They would like to visit a park. You don't get one quite yet, my friends. You don't get one quite yet. But I am seeming to build a bit of controversy in my town now. People are wanting things. And on the note of controversy, a lovely little segue, the last bit of news for this episode is, the console wars are already starting early, and the next generation isn't even out yet. Speaking at the South by Southwest Expo, Michael Pachter, I hope I'm saying his name right, basically said that Xbox is going to win. Yeah, this guy's known for causing sort of controversies in the gaming industry, so he may just be kicking around the dirt a little, but I personally don't see how he can believe that quite yet. We haven't seen what the Xbox is yet. I mean, we have the Wii U, we have now seen at least what is supposed to be game footage from the PS4, but we haven't seen anything from the Xbox yet, so how can you be saying that the Xbox is going to win when it's not even out there yet? That just doesn't seem like a smart idea to me for him to be making that sort of claim at this juncture. Now, once we get information on the Xbox, sure, conjecture away. But at this point, it seems a bit irresponsible, and basically the two major things he's saying, at least on the slide that was leaked from the conference, that he's saying will make it win is TV Tuner and Skype are going to be the killer apps for Microsoft for the Xbox. I don't see it. I mean, when it comes to Skype, everyone has Skype. I have a really, really cheap Android phone, and I can walk around Skyping with people. Why would Skype on the Xbox be a killer app? You can have Skype on basically anything with a camera. Yeah, there probably exist out there in the world actual cameras with Skype built into it. I don't know this for sure, but I bet they exist. I'm sure someone's made those by now. So I don't see why that is a killer app when everyone already has Skype, basically. And as for the TV tuner, I don't see that being a killer app either, as more and more people are moving to digital media. Between things like Hulu, Netflix, and of course the wonderful world of YouTube, I don't see why a TV tuner card would make the difference between the generations. I think, personally, again, I'm certainly no expert, but I think it's going to come down to consumer experience. It's going to be the console that provides the best overall gaming experience in this generation. People have dealt with a lot of crap from the current generation, and we want to see that turn around. And I just don't think that saying, oh, a TV tuner card and Skype are going to be the killer apps. Now, he also says that Sony is still going to be a major player, of course, and that the Wii U will continue to do as it has been doing and will thrive on first-party software, as well basically Nintendo always does. I mean, come on, who doesn't buy the Mario games when they come out? It's just basically synonymous with gaming is Mario. And he also says at this, which I also think maybe not a little controversial, but a little strange, he says that we won't lose any more publishers to bankruptcy in the coming year. I don't think you can say that. All it takes is one poorly handled bad release and a game can go under. So saying that none of them are going to go bankrupt this year, I mean, I hope they don't. You don't want people losing their jobs, but I think it's a little crazy to say that. He also says that we're going to see some more consolidation, which I do hope for. I'm hoping we don't get a huge load of just, single console releases. But, hey, you never know. We may still see that. And finally, I think the one thing that he said in this that I completely 100% agree with is that he says that PC gaming will be making a comeback. Now, I don't think it's making a comeback because it never really went away. It's just going to regain its popularity, in my opinion. But that's a really safe assumption to make, considering that PC as a gaming platform has been on the rise for the last few years, thanks to the popularity of services like Steam and the constant dropping of the price of equipment that you need for your computer to play good games. I mean, my computer is not that amazing of a computer, and it can play most games on the market on at least medium. I may not be able to play the new Crysis game, but I really don't have much of an interest in that anyways. But I can play this, PlanetSide, Dishonored, and loads of other games on the cheap. And that's why PC gaming is sticking around. It's a good way to play games, and it only gets cheaper every year, really, unless you want the latest and greatest of everything. But, that's not me. So overall, I definitely think that he's just stirring up some controversy. But the Microsoft comments, I really think, are just way, way too early to tell. We really don't know anything about the Xbox yet. So we really need to hold off on that. But who knows, when the console wars get fully into gear, which, oh god, I am dreading that day. I always hate the console war. I mean, for God's sakes, people, just play what you enjoy. Don't get all up in a tizzy about who plays on what. Just have fun. It's gaming. Jeez. But yes, I definitely think it's too early to say that. But we'll see, and I'm sure this will be getting more press as the days go by. Well, so that is this first episode of Nightcap. To sort of round up, the channel has had a good week, at least in my opinion. EA and Maxis have owned up to their poor release and are going to be sending out free games to you soon by email. We'll see what we actually have available to download, though. I And again, I doubt it's going to be anything recent. But hey, I could be wrong. And finally, Michael Pachter. Oh, not finally. Also, Assassin's Creed. Sorry. Again, first show. Got some kinks to work out here. Assassin's Creed, the next one up, will have an open-world naval combat, which I cannot wait for. It should be good. You'll be able to explore the ocean, steal some cargo, and, you know, in the process, go visit some Caribbean islands and be a pirate. Be good times. And now, finally, Michael Pachter throwing up some controversy, saying that the Xbox will win the next generation, even though, as of yet, we really know nothing about it. So, that has been Nightcap this week, playing SimCity, going through this week's news, and drinking a little bit of port from San Sebastian Winery, which I'll take another sip here before I end. Good port. Links to everything I've been talking about will be in the description. I hope you have enjoyed, and that you come back next week to watch the next episode of Nightcap. And as I said, the format will probably change a bit. This is my first go at this, so we'll see how this show evolves. I hope to see you all next time, and have a good one.